The primary purpose of Innovative AAC Solutions, the podcast, is to educate and inform. The views expressed during all episodes are solely those of the individuals involved and do not constitute educational or medical advice. They are not necessarily the views of Special School District of St. Louis County. Hey guys, welcome back to Innovative AAC Solutions. I'm your host, Lara Hayes, and we are into our first mini episode for season 4. And I'm so excited to be able to release these mini episodes because I know some of the feedback was we just need some short episodes. So these mini episodes are meant to be just that. They're meant to be short, quick, and easy resources and implementation tips for you to take back to the classroom to use today or wherever you're doing therapy for your AAC users. So this season is all about literacy. And so once again, I have our literacy joke for our episode. And again, these can be jokes that you program into the device itself, or you use light tech or mid tech like a sequencer to support just some great social engagement with your AAC users, with peers, and with other staff. So without further ado, our joke for today is, what font does Alphabet Soup use? What font does Alphabet Soup use? Times New Roman. Times New Ramen. Love it. I think it's hilarious and so on point for our literacy season that we have coming up. So for this little mini episode, you're going to hear all about a literacy website as well as a sound pocket chart that you can dive into for the school year. So sit back, relax, and here's our mini episode. We're going to dive into what I believe is one of the most important resources when getting started with emergent and conventional literacy supports. And that is none other than the website by Jane Farrall. This is spelled www.janefarrall.com. If you go to Jane's website, she is an amazing speech language pathologist out of Australia, and she constantly is pushing and striving and just has a ton of resources related to AAC in general. But if you go to her main website, you'll see at the top there's a tab for literacy. When we dive into literacy, it takes us to a homepage that talks about a comprehensive diet for building literacy and language for our students across the diversity of all of their needs and abilities. It breaks it down between daily emergent interventions and daily conventional interventions. If you want an entire presentation, she has an hour-long presentation. Highly recommend watching this, and the downloadable file that goes with that presentation about literacy and the need for literacy for our students with complex communication needs. She also has some blog posts that she links directly here that you can go to, and links some other important resources that we have either talked about or we will talk about this season on the podcast, specifically from Dr. Karen Erickson and David Copenhaver. And then if you go, what I love about this is if you go to the top left, there is a sandwich, and then it is all tabbed. So if you're confused about, well, would my student be an emergent or a conventional learner? She has it laid out under the tab for differentiating with graphics to support those two. So looking at conventional readers and writers and emergent readers and writers, we have a word bubble here. And one of my favorite resources to offer to staff is this determining the plan. And it asks the question, does the student know letters most of the time, engage actively during shared reading, have a means of communication and interaction, and understand that writing involves letters and words? If the answer to all of those is yes, we would determine that that student would be a daily conventional would be supported by daily conventional interventions. And so we would use things like comprehension, working with words, independent writing, and independent reading, and some of the other shared curriculums that you are well aware of. If, however, not all of the answers to those questions is yes, we would look at supporting that student through daily emergent interventions, including shared reading, writing with adults, writing from adults, writing by me or independent writing, working with letters and sounds, and independent reading. So there's additionally some other graphics and means that you could share with staff or post around your classroom. And then if we go up to the top, you'll see there's more of that homepage, but we can dive into emergent and conventional supports here. So we're going to dive into emergent today. Shared reading. Again, a presentation on it. Broken down, graphics, tables, and downloads, and more blog posts. She does this for each subsequent tab. Writing with adults, graphics, examples, other resources, writing from adults. What I love about this is that she links an article that also talks about implementation and how you can embed it throughout daily activities like morning message. And then one of my favorite tabs on here I have to show you are the flip charts. So because she's from Australia, she has the flip charts for Australia, but we're going to go into UK, US. And this is really important because if your student doesn't already have access to the alphabet, all 26 letters of the alphabet, here is an easy, free way to download that access to the alphabet. It breaks it down by access. So you have direct access, meaning they can point or use their hand. Direct access with high contrast. So again, for someone with VI, these may be pages that are helpful. Eye gaze, combination access, or partner-assisted visual scanning. So there's no limitations based off of access with the complex body. All of those are laid out here and supported. If you have questions on how or what your student would use on this page, you would just ask your facilitators. So that is a huge resource that I love. And then working with letters and sounds, she has a ton of links here that we can go to, as well as an independent reading. So the same goes for conventional. She adds some extra tips in here, talks about working with words, word walls, all of those good things, writing supports, alternative pencils, more examples. So this, in general, this is just one of my go-to resources and websites. If you are just getting started, if you feel like I need to know exactly how this would work in my classroom, I need all of the supports that go along with it, please go to Jane Farrell's website and go to literacy, or go directly to comprehensiveliteracy.com, and you'll find these resources to get you started. And if you have questions, just reach out to your facilitator. So for this week's innovative activity, it is a literacy pocket chart. I'm going to show you the big picture of this pocket chart, and then we're going to talk about all the things you can do with it. It's disappearing in the background a little bit, but you get the idea. It is a pocket chart. For all my teachers out there, you know what a pocket chart looks like. And it comes with this huge bag, also disappearing. But it comes with this huge bag, and then it has letters that are different colors. Specifically, the vowels are in green and the consonants are in blue, with pictures that go along with it. It has uppercase and lowercase letters with primary lines. And then each card is about 3¼ inches tall. Here's what I love about this pocket chart is not only can we do conventional literacy with it, we can also think about adding symbols from AAC Language Lab, from Symbols Prime, from any of our board maker, from any of our symbol inventories. We can actually add symbols that are supportive of those same alliteration, rhyming, phonemic awareness, those things that you're working on, we can slide in our symbols from Unity, from Symbol Sticks, from Boardmaker, and we can also talk about that within the same pocket chart. So we can use it as is, but we can also we could use it within shared reading, within shared writing, predictable chart writing. There's a lot of different ways that we can use a pocket chart to and AAC to address literacy. So this is one of my favorites. Please, please, please go check it out. The one that I grabbed was red in the IRC, but know that there's different colors, so just grab your color choice. This is created by Teacher Created Resources, and we have several in the IRC, and I'll also put the link in the show notes. Enjoy!